last video, we defined the major pentatonic scale, introduced its C form, and demonstrated how it can be moved up the neck of the guitar and used to play any major pentatonic scale. Please watch that video if you haven't already. The link is below. There are 5 major pentatonic scale forms, each named after its corresponding chord form. You should grab a guitar now if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below. Quick review. Here's the C form of C major pentatonic, starting on the 3rd fret of string 5. Ascending the scale, the fingering is 3, open, 2, open, 2, 1. And now descending, 1, 2, open, 2, open, 3. My root, C in this case, is on strings 5 and 2. Now if you're wondering why it's called the C form, then shame on you for not watching the last video. It's called the C form because the chord form that corresponds to the scale form is shaped like a C chord in first position. When you have the scale form memorized, you can add in the pitches in their additional octaves, above the upper root and below the lower root, but don't lose track of the location of the roots within the scale form. Always know where the roots are. Always. Now I'm going to use the root on string 5, fret 3, to move to a new form of that same C major pentatonic. I'm going to refinger that root with my 2nd finger and play the A form major pentatonic. Ascending, the fingering is 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Then descending, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2. Roots on strings 5 and 3. Again, we identify this as an A form because its corresponding triad looks like our movable A form. Here are the upper and lower octaves for when you're confident playing the scale form from root to root. Now I'm going to refinger the root on string 3, fret 5 with my index finger, which puts me in position to play the G form of C. Ascending from the root on string 3 and fingering 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. Descending 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1. Roots now on strings 3 and 1. The G form also has a root on string 6, which is logical since string 6 is pitched identically to string 1. And I can ascend the scale from here, ascending 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, and descending 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4. So I have 2 full octaves of the G form, ascending through both octaves, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, descending 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4. Here's the corresponding chord form, and we have just one lonely note below the root on string 6. I'm going to refinger the 6th string root of the G form with my 2nd finger on fret 8 and play the E form of C, ascending the scale, fingering 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, and descending 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2. Roots on strings 6 and 4. Like the G form, the E form has an additional octave as well. So starting on my 4th string root, I can ascend fingering 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, and find a new root on string 1. Then descend fingering 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4. Here's both octaves ascending 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2. And now descending 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2. Another lonely note above our string 1 root. Here's the chord form. Now I'm going to refinger the 4th string root with my 2nd finger on fret 10 in order to play the D form of C. Fingered 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Roots on strings 4 and 2. This is the only major pentatonic scale form that spans 5 frets, so there's a shift up 1 fret when you ascend the scale and you move from string 3 to 2, or down 1 fret when you descend the scale and you move from string 2 to 3. Several pitches now above and below our roots. Here's the corresponding chord form, in case you're still wondering why on earth this is called a D form. Now the 2nd string root of my D form can be refingered with my 2nd finger, and I can play a C form of C again, an octave higher than the one we started with in first position. Your index finger should be landing on the 12th fret now. Of course, the fingering is different since I no longer have the luxury of open strings, but starting with the root on string 5, fret 15, the fingering ascending is 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, and descending 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4. Roots again on strings 5 and 2. This pattern will continue depending on how much fingerboard you have left, if any, but this C form is adjacent to a brand new A form, which is adjacent to a brand new G form. Etc. The order of scale forms, just like chord forms, spells the word caged. Here's each form a bit quicker. C form of C, A form of C, G form of C, G form of C upper octave, E form of C lower octave, E form of C upper octave, D form of C, C form of C, an octave higher than where we started. Now, what if I'm not soloing in C? Let's say I'm soloing in the key of G. Well, I'm not going to start with a C form of C, but rather a G form of G. Start by playing the chord form in first position, play the corresponding major pentatonic scale form, G form of G in this case, then move up the neck by moving through each neighboring scale form. You see, key, as far as this discussion goes, may as well be replaced by the word position, since all these scale forms exist in all keys and always have the same relationship to one another. Key just tells us where to specifically put them. In addition, a big takeaway from this, no matter where you are on the fingerboard, you're always in proximity to some form of a C major pentatonic, as well as a G major pentatonic, as well as every single other major pentatonic. There are several blues backing tracks on this channel that can be used to practice these caged forms of the major pentatonic in different keys. Memorize all scale forms as soon as possible. Several scales, which we will discuss in the future, can be understood as embellished or decorated versions of these major pentatonics. So learning these new scales will be much easier having already committed the major pentatonic scale forms to memory.